Hey, it's Conrad the Mortgage Guy, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
Well, I'm better than some, but not as good as most. But it's great to be with you here on a live on a Monday, but of course coming to you on a Wednesday as we normally do. Good to be with you.
Well, we are excited to be with you. Thank you guys for joining us today. We've got a live studio audience here with us today. I want to give a quick shout out to Bad Money Slim, Coach Rosie, TJ Stevens, David McClay, Brian F., Greg Jacobson. We're going to have a lot of fun today, and you guys are going to have fun this weekend in Toronto, Tony. All Out is here. It certainly feels like AEW always over-delivers when it comes to pay-per-view. Nobody does pay-per-view quite like AEW, and I'm sure they're looking to make this one for the books. In our world title match, we've got Kyle Fletcher finally getting his big opportunity. He's easily become one of the fastest rising stars in AEW. As you know, he's got the TNT title over his shoulder right now, but he's hoping to leave with a big piece of hardware, the big platinum, Hangman Adam Page's title. That is going to be for the world title on the women's side of things. It's a four-way with Tony Storm, Jamie Hayter, Chris Statlander, and Thekla. And how about the TBS Women's Championship? Mercedes Moné and Riho. Pretty fired up about this one. Riho was, of course, one of the top stars on the women's division when AEW first came to fruition. But now she's got a big challenge in front of her with Mercedes Moné. And then we also have a coffin match with Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. And you want to talk about something that's going to go viral. I have a feeling that one will. I, for one, am looking forward to the return of Eddie Kingston. It's not a return. You know he's coming back, and he's looking to stomp a mud hole in Big Bill, and that is a big ask. Somebody's getting their ass kicked in that one.
Did you say it's a big ass?
Well, it's going to be. How about MJF and Mark Briscoe?
Yeah, speaking of big asses.
This is going to be thumbtacks and tables. Oh, my.
Whoa.
Going to be a spectacle here. We've got the AEW Unified Championship, and we know that means Takeshita is going to be in there. And we know that Okada is going to be in there. I mean, this is going to be something for everybody. I think there might be like a four-way ladder match as well. I mean, there's something for everybody. But one of the things that everybody's talking about is Adam Copeland and Christian Cage getting together in Toronto to take on FTR. This is about as loaded of a card as you could get. It's funny because, Tony, the critics were saying a few weeks ago, well, with Kenny Omega hurt and Will Ospreay out and Swerve Strickland, can they even put together a competitive card? Well, take that and put that in your pipe and smoke it. That's a pretty damn stacked card right there, Tony.
So the critics are saying that we weren't going to have a good card?
Well, they said with three of your top guys out, I mean, how can you possibly carry on? Well, the answer is have about 14 top guys.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we get one of those critics on here and have them book a card for us? See how they come up with one. I'm all for that. Find them. Bring them on, have them book a card. Okay.
Well, I'm just saying, I think
as we have them book a card, have them go fuck themselves too. How's that sound?
Well, there you go, boys and girls. Join us on pay-per-view. All Out is happening, and it's happening this Saturday. It's a special start time. It's a matinee affair, and that continues the string of matinee shows. I've enjoyed when there was a matinee show in England. I enjoyed it when we got one in Dallas. It feels like we've had a few international shows that wound up being afternoon shows. I enjoyed them. I do feel like sometimes, I shouldn't say sometimes, AEW always over delivers. So you're going to get a lot of matches. All the matches are going to get a lot of time. It's going to be a long show, but in the daytime, it feels like it just flies by. And I know that's because I get old. And when it's a longer show at night, my old ass is getting sleepy, but in the afternoon, hey, give me some more.
Your old ass is getting sleepy. You're not old, you son of a bitch.
Well, no, I'm just saying if you get up early and you're up until, midnight or 1 a.m. watching wrestling versus in the afternoon, it's like, I still feel like I get my night back.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Speaking of old, I had the guys from Craigsville, Virginia come here this weekend and take them to a Braves game. And it's something when you haven't hung out with these guys in like a long time, and you're thinking you're going to see a bunch of kids, and you see a bunch of old men drive up to your house. I'm thinking, what the fuck happened to you guys? But
Y'all don't have mirrors around your house?
yeah, but I have not aged like those guys. Okay.
Well, thanks to Just for Men, you have not.
I'm going to tell you once again, I don't color this hair. I color this beard. Your hair is grayer than my hair. Your
Well, that's
beard.
because I have a real job.
Yeah, that's probably right. I can't argue with that. I just sit on my fat ass and talk like twice a week. So
Well, we're
all.
glad you're sitting on your fat ass and talking with us. Want to give a special shout out to some anniversaries and some celebrations and some of our longtime supporters. Top guy Dave McClay, he's been with us since 2020, celebrating 5 years, just past that 5-year anniversary mark of Dave McClay being a top guy with us here at adfreeshows.com. Also want to plug Sean Lukes. I probably mispronounced your last name, Sean, but greatly appreciate you being a member for 3 years and rolling. And want to give a special shout out to Peter Rustling, who just recently signed up for Ad Free Shows. Greatly appreciate you guys joining us. And if you were with Ad Free Shows last week, you would have been interfacing with Tony Schiavone. Tony had a blast hanging out with some of our top guys over at adfreeshows.com. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, wait a second. They already have some Ask Tony Anything episodes here on the program. So what's so special? Well, here it is. You're not typing a question out on YouTube and hoping that he answers. It's a Zoom, so you can see him and he can see you, and you guys can have a bit of a conversation. Let's take a look.
For you as a fan and as an announcer, what's a moment that you've been there that's kind of giving you goosebumps for either a return or a debut or something?
It's in my comic book, but the moment that Jimmy Crockett brought me in and told me the things you see here, you got to respect the business.
Right.
And I walked in the back and it was double doors. It was open up the double doors, and there was everybody that I had either cheered or booed for years as a wrestling fan, all being buddies. And that was a moment in time. It was like time was frozen still. It was like there was Wahoo McDaniel and there was Ric Flair, and they hated each other, right? But they were just chummy, buddy. And I'm thinking, oh my fucking God. Oh, and my life has never been the same since then.
Absolutely. And I was about to say, I actually just saw the clip there's a clip on X today of when Greg Valentine broke Wahoo's leg and him and Ric Flair were celebrating it. So
yeah, right.
Yeah, hearing that story. Yeah.
Yeah. Walking through that door and seeing that is like seeing a naked woman for the first time, right? It's like you go, that's what it looks like.
So there you go. You could be a part of this and sit down and have a chat with the voice of your childhood only at adfreeshows.com. It starts as little as $9 a month. You get access to live events just like this. Plus, and I can't believe this is a real number, more than 100,000 hours of bonus content. Go check it out right now at adfreeshows.com. And we've got some really special stuff lined up for us today. We are doing a watch along, but you don't need a second screen. So you don't have to fire up your Peacock or go anywhere else. So just hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications bell right now at whwmonday.com. That is our YouTube channel. That's where you can see the video that we're about to watch. So if you normally listen on your headphones and you're wondering, well, hey, if I don't go to Peacock, where do I watch it? The answer is whwmonday.com. And Tony, we're going to break the rules here.
Oh boy.
We've got a special guest. But before we bring him in, I want to remind you that today's episode and every episode is brought to you by our friends at Blue Chew. Guys, into the room, dick first. Blue Chew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. Stronger, harder, longer lasting. Like somebody gave your downstairs a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. I carry my Encyclopedia Britannica everywhere. Guys, we're not just talking about performance. We're talking about legacy or your third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. Nothing makes you more of a legend than a little Blue Chew. Discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use promo code WHW at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head on over to bluechew.com for details and important safety information. And a big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring today's podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, we're We're going to break our rules here. As a rule of thumb, we never have guests, but we're going to welcome to the program a longtime friend of Tony Schiavone's and somebody I've been a fan of for a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Raven to the program.
How you guys doing?
We're good, man. How are you?
Good.
We appreciate you making time to come on with us today, man.
Thank you for letting me promote my documentary.
Let's talk a little bit about it. Nevermore, the Raven Effect documentary. What can we expect, and when is this thing coming out, man?
It all right. So comes out. It starts streaming like on streaming platforms like Amazon Prime and stuff on November 18th. But in the meantime, we have some sneak peek showings. We already had one in Boston and one in Chicago, and they did really well. And we got one coming up in Philadelphia, October 11th and 12th. The 12th is a Sunday. It's a matinee at 1 o'clock. The 11th is at, I think, at 7:30. Blue Meanie, I'll be there. Blue Meanie will be there to give me a Q&A afterwards. He'll be taking your questions, and I'll be answering them. To shamelessly plug all this. The show beforehand, if you get VIP seating, you get a meet and greet with me before the show with VIP tickets. They're a little more expensive than the regular tickets, but well worth the bargain. And after Philadelphia, we'll be in Baltimore on the 22nd, I believe, at the Charles Theater in Baltimore on the 21st, on the 22nd. And the 28th, we'll be in Atlanta at the Plaza Theater. And yeah, that's all. That's what we got to set up for on the timetable for right now.
Raven, when did you start working on this documentary? How long has it taken?
About 8 minutes. No,
just like one of your matches. Absolutely.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, actually, what happened was I was doing Steve Austin's podcast a couple of years ago,
right?
And this director, heard me on it and thought I'd make a fascinating subject. His words, not mine, but I agree. Yeah. The fascinating subject to make a documentary about it. He'd already done one on Bob Probert and Charles Manson that were very well received. And so he called me up or he emailed me, I don't remember which, and I thought he's full of shit, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, no, seriously, I want to make a documentary about you. I was like, all right. I go, what do we do? And he goes, I'll fly in, for a couple days at a time and just talk to you. And we talked a lot on the phone to set it, so he knew my history and my story that I wanted to tell and about my mental illnesses and baggage and stuff like that. All the baggage I carry,
right?
All the issues, and so then he flew down a couple times, 3-4 times, and we just filmed it, and and just recorded it, and then he went and then he followed me to a couple of shows I did, and got some footage there, and It was pretty easy. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't do it. He had the hard job, like he went through like all my photos and my photo albums, which I got a ton of photographs and stuff.
Right.
Excuse me. Went through I had some black and white and color film, 8mm film that he went through that I don't think he got anything out of, but he did all the labor, you know what I mean? Did the hard lifting. And he did a really good job because he put together a really interesting movie. It's painful to watch because you see all your vices and baggage and stuff. Like I've dealt with them. I've been to a psychiatrist. I've been to a psychologist, and I've got therapy, and I'm cool with all my issues. But when you have them all put back, right in your face for 2 hours in a movie, it's tough to watch it more than once. Even once was rough going. But it's a really great movie, though. It's just painful for the subject, which is me, because I wanted to make sure that the movie was, warts and all. I didn't want to just make it a rah-rah pick about, let's just show all Raven highlights. Let's show the complexity of the person who inhabits the Raven character, so to speak.
Well, if you'd like to see the movie in one of these special screenings, we'll have a link in the description, or you can just type it in your browser right now, raven.cultfollowing.co. That's raven.cultfollowing.co. And I think right now we actually have the trailer for the documentary. Let's take a look.
You're like, you got to change your gimmick. I'm like, I'm a really good chicken shit heel. You're like, nobody's buying chicken shit heels.
Guy in the body for economy homes in Portland. I've been looking for a competition, but I can't find it. Can't believe this economy homes has prices like this.
Dude, to be a producer on a Vince show when you're like 20 years old is something. He's a fucking serious savant wrestler.
I wanted him to be in the office. He wanted to be a producer. I want to go do this ECW thing and be an artist.
The person who thinks it up doesn't get the credit. It's the person who steals it from the guy who thinks it up.
You want to have it set with it? You might want to have it set up so it's handy.
I have had a love-hate relationship with Raven.
Kind of arrogant, you know, kind of a little bit of a jerk.
A lot of people thought him as a prick.
Narcissistic personality disorder. Basically, is egomania.
Grandiosity, exaggerated sense of self-importance. Feel it's superior to others and that one deserves special treatment. Oh, that's so me.
He had a very dark upbringing, and it could be a lot darker because it's all the story you tell yourself.
And the stories that he told mirrored kind of this kid that was dismissed by his family and was never given the chance.
The longer I lived in the Raven character, you know, art imitated life, but then life started to imitate art. The more of a degenerate I became, because that's what Raven was.
Excessive need for admiration? Yes. Must be the center of attention? Yes. Lack of empathy, severely limited or totally lacking ability to care about the emotional needs or experiences of others. Chronic feelings of emptiness and boredom? Oh, that's me.
And the physical shit that he has done to his body is horrible. He has contractions in his heart. It wouldn't be good if he took a bump wrong.
Bam, 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 bam.
You know, I don't want to be just living the life just to be alive, you know?
Scotty, there were a lot of things on that trailer that I did not know about you. First of all, you were a producer, a very, very young producer.
Yeah, I was an associate producer of Monday Night Raw, and they were grooming me for the booking committee in WWE.
All right. Wow. And you and I got to know each other during the WCW era, and I didn't see anything of that about you. I always thought, hey, Scott's a great guy. He's the one that kind of brought me back into comic books, and we talked about comic books a lot. I didn't see any of that that you were talking about, your mental state at all. So I'm guess what I'm saying is either number one, I didn't pay attention that much, or number two, you did a great job of hiding it.
Both. I think it's both.
Okay. I was just thought the Raven character was just a cool guy, but I guess there's a lot of depth to the Raven character that I saw back in the 90s, right?
Yeah, he's it's like I said in the movie, and first life imitated art, but then first art imitated life. So because I built the Raven on my internal baggage and my, you know, and kind of just use it as catharsis. And but then life started to imitate art.
Right.
And so it's weird how that happens, you know. I felt like I had to be more depraved to live up to my character, which was based on me to begin with. So it really made no sense. But
right.
Psychologically, it does. It just doesn't. Simplistically, you know, it should just be easy enough to just. That doesn't make any sense. But you know, addiction's addiction.
Well, we are so thankful that you made time to join us, and we hope that everybody will check out the documentary. I got to tell you, it looks terrific. Not only the content, but just the production. Let's give a shout out. Who is the director or producer? Who deserves the credit for the way that thing looked? Because they did a great job, man.
Director Jordy Day. Yeah, he did a great job. I'm really impressed with the work he did. But I knew he was going to be that good because I saw the Bob Probert documentary he did, and that was really good. And I'm also noticing that my camera, I got to get better lighting in here because my picture compared to you two, your pictures is look like I'm on an 8mm camera here.
Well, we do this every week, and we're just
Right.
glad to have you today, and we really appreciate the opportunity to watch some old wrestling with you because we've got a real treat for you today. We've managed to grab some footage from our friends, and we're going to tell you how you can see more of this. But we think we have one of the earliest Raven matches that exist on video, if not the earliest. This is from ICW, one of the most visible.
1955, I believe, is when it was.
I love you for that.
Thank you.
I think this is actually from the spring of 1987, Mario Savoldi's ICW. And we're going to see a rookie, Scotty the Body.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to this. So I think Silva's got the footage fired up, and we'll take a look. Here we go.
Let's see if I had any skills to begin with.
Wrestling, the Moondogs. Do we have Rex, Spot? Who
It's
do we have here?
Spike and Spot, and I want to tell you, we have now, they're under the wing, as we found out last week, of the Duke, which is performing miracles here. But again, in the picture this week, Scott the Body Levy. Here's a guy that is probably got one of the
It rhymes,
most
Scotty the
unbelievable
Body.
records in
That's
professional
Scott
wrestling.
the Body.
guy has not won a match yet, but I want to tell you, Steve, every arena we go to, every place we go to, people are holding up signs and everything, and he's just really trying his best.
Well, if he's been winless as an individual, let's see what happens as a tag team partner.
Don't talk about shit like that.
Got to be a jobber to begin with.
Well, still, everybody's a winner, right?
Everybody gets a flag, a pennant, first participant badge. I mean,
We're watching this courtesy of Ultimate Classic Wrestling, and we hope that you will go check them out. They've got a lot of great nostalgia footage at classicwrestling.net. Be sure to use promo code Conrad30 and you'll get 30% off. That's promo code Conrad30 at classicwrestling.net. Oh, there he is. Look at that handsome fella there.
yeah, I was gassed to the gills.
What did that look like in 1987?
I don't know. Yeah, I forgot I wrestled the Moondogs then. Like I know I wrestled them in Memphis, but I didn't remember wrestling them back then.
Wow. Yeah, Scott, you were a handsome guy, and you know there was on that trailer we saw there was a girl talking about
The operative term being was
okay. Everybody was. I mean, at one time Conrad was good looking, and now he's ugly as
Oh,
shit.
that's not true.
Okay, so but there was a girl talking about the things you had done to your body, and obviously we see this so many times, the toll that wrestling takes on people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely amazing, especially guys like yourself that worked in ECW back in the day. Holy shit.
well, a lot of it was the drugs and alcohol. You know,
Well, I'm sure that played a part into it, but the bumps, okay, you can't deny what they've done to you.
oh no, I mean, yeah, it took a beating.
Right.
I mean, and then you got to fly everywhere, and you're crammed into a rental car.
Right.
I mean, it's brutal on you, you know, and there's no days off, and we don't have a locker room like, you know, a home team where we would go where there's hot tubs and, you know, ice baths and just Tony, this is going to be interesting for you. The guy who it's in the ring, Jim Leon.
Yeah.
He was Joey Mag. That's how Joey Mags got into business.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got murdered apparently at some point in back in the late 90s, I guess.
Okay.
But he broke in Joey Mags, one of your boys.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen or heard of Joey Mags in forever. Is he still around?
I don't know. I'm not even sure he's alive anymore. Is he?
I don't know. It just that's the thing about it. There's so many people that you come across, right, in the wrestling business, and you just don't know.
He passed away October of 06.
I thought
Wow.
so.
Okay. Wow.
I thought he passed away.
Joey was a good kid.
Yeah. I remember he had a funny rib that he was involved in. It was on him was he had on his trunks it said "Never Say Die" on the back of his trunks.
Yeah.
And somebody added a T to the end.
Never say diet.
Tremendous.
Okay, look at this big top wrist lock that.
How'd the Moondogs learn how to do a top wrist lock?
I have no idea. They had to do one. They had to do it. Because Scotty the Body Levy. Look at it. Look at he's selling, man. And how loose the ropes are. Holy smokes.
And how robotic I am.
Yeah. So this we said is one of your first matches, right? Do you think?
Yeah. I don't even remember it. I think I had 2 matches before I went to work for the Savaldis, which was like once a month. So like a 9-hour drive to Maine.
Right.
And
well, Scotty, I don't remember what we did last week on Dynamite. So hey, that's the way it is. You just do so much, you don't even remember. You really don't.
Yeah, it's like people come up to you and go, "Man, this match you did in this town where I grew up, it was the greatest night of my life." And I'm like, "I don't remember it." And they're like, "How can you not remember it?" I'm like, "It was really big for you, but for me, it was just another day at the office." You know, like I hate to be like that, but you feel bad. But like, people get that now. I think more than they ever did, though.
Yeah, I think you're not the only one like that, as you know. I mean, all the guys are like that.
I'll tell you, the day that Vince said that the business is a work and made it public was probably the happiest day of my life.
Really?
I remember when I got into business, like, look at this match. It's horrible. We're terrible. And we're trying to tell people that's real fighting.
Yeah.
People would go, "Is wrestling real?" And you're like, "Yes." And they're like, "No, it isn't." I'm like, "No, it is. Come on, it's got to be fake." Nope, it's real.
Hey, great question here from TJ Stevens, who's watching along with us. Is the referee for this Billy Silverman? Is that Billy Silverman?
Oh, could be.
Yeah. Wow.
I know this sounds silly, especially knowing this is one of your first matches. But Raven, what was the Scotty the Body character supposed to be? Was it just, hey, it rhymes, and that was as far as we got, or was there a character in mind you just hadn't found a way to express it yet?
No, you pretty much nailed it.
Right. Okay.
It was, just the idea was he's a pretty boy chicken shit heel,
I got you.
Rich kid, spoiled, thinks he's better built than he is.
Right.
It's like I used to say, like I used that because I was a big fan of Jesse the Body Ventura. And I always thought, I was never that built. I was better built than most people, but not people that were built. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. I always figured, that it'd be good because it'd be heat. And people just remember it now going, "Oh, I remember you used to be so jacked." I'm like, "No, I wasn't. I was never that jacked." But that's how people remember it because of the name. They think that I was jacked.
Absolutely.
Look at Silverman pushing me around. How dare you, Billy Silverman?
Some of our listeners, Raven, aren't really familiar with Savoldi. This was a territory, though, that did have TV in the Northeast. What would people be surprised to learn about the Savoldi territory?
That it only ran once a month, one weekend a month. I know you think they ran more than, I know you think they ran 6 shows in a week, but 6 nights a week, like all the territories, but no, they didn't. Sarcasm.
1 weekend a month. That was it.
Yeah, and then when I got a job in Memphis, they were all like, "Oh, tell me we were going to put the light heavyweight strap on them. Tell them, that you don't want to go." They were talking to somebody who was a friend of mine, I guess, and told them to I'm missing out that if I go to Memphis where I can work 6 to 7 nights a week as opposed to 3 nights a month, and be the light heavyweight champion. I think I made the right decision.
Yeah, I think you did too.
Yeah.
Did you break in with the Monster Factory in New Jersey? Do I have that right?
Yeah, I went to the Larry Sharp's Monster Factory, but he didn't train me at all. He was in Japan the whole time with Bigelow because he was managing Bigelow. Look at this horrendous comeback. And monkey flip.
Wow.
You'll love this, Tony. As a commentator, you'll love this.
Yeah.
When I was in Portland, there's a commentator, Don Koss. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but
No.
he had this one line. Whenever there's a monkey flip, and it didn't matter if there was one monkey flip on the card or 5 monkey flips on the card, he'd say it every time. Monkey flip, there goes the monkey.
I won't be saying that.
You'll say it. You'll say it. Just just to pop yourself, you'll say it.
I won't say it, but damn it, I'll think about it every time now I see it. Jesus. Oh God.
Yeah, thank God for Portland. That's where I learned how to wrestle.
Yeah.
2 years I spent there were the 2 of the best years of my life.
We appreciate this footage that we've been given today, but I think we've got something kind of fun here.
Okay.
Before we watch the match, which it is going to be a squash match from Global in 1991, once upon a time when Raven was first getting national exposure, because Global aired on weekdays on ESPN. So this is a national program. Raven wanted to show us all his rapping skills. So we're going to here too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to show you. I haven't seen this in 20 years, 30 years.
Let's take a listen.
Wait a minute. Professional wrestling's the name of my game. I beat up opponents for fortune and fame. Girls come to the matches for my sexy appeal. With my drop-dead good looks, there ain't a heart I can't steal. Word.
Well, thank you very much. The rap attack, one Palm Beach.
What do you think of your rap all these years later, Raven? You a fan of that? You think
it wasn't as weak as I thought it would be.
No,
I agree.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
It wasn't great. I'm not going to say it's great, but it wasn't as weak as I thought it would be.
Yeah, I agree. I thought it would be something really shitty, but it wasn't. You sold it as shit, but it wasn't shit.
We're watching here from 1991. You can take a look at classicwrestling.net. Be sure to use promo code Conrad30. You'll get 30% off. I love that we're able to watch this old footage because where else could we hear Raven rap? My goodness.
I know. That's
who has all this footage? It's good quality too.
This is actually we did a licensing deal with the folks at classicwrestling.net, and outside of WWE, they have the largest library. So we're going to be watching more of that here on What Happened When with Tony Schiavone, and you're our sort of maiden voyage watching some of your very first stuff from way back when.
You should. I don't know if you found it, but there's one where I dressed up as an old lady and attacked Bagwell, who's the handsome stranger.
It's coming up in just a minute.
Oh, is it?
Yes, sir. It's next.
Oh, tremendous.
See, you remember that. Things that you do. Dress up as an old lady. You remember that.
Yeah, there's a guy out in the crowd who's going, "That's Scott Anthony, the Palm Beach Heartthrob. I'm calling the New York Times. You're going to be exposed." I'm like, the New York Times doesn't care.
I don't know that everybody listening to this knows the story, but Raven, refresh everyone's memory. The backstory of Global was that there was this mysterious financial backer. It gets even sillier as we go on. What do you remember about that?
That was pretty much it. But the not to cut off your story, but there wasn't a whole lot of story to it. It just wasn't. But but that was the real thing too. The Pedicino had this mystery backer, so it was like a worked shoot. Look at that mullet. Ugh.
Hey, mullet's coming back, buddy. Or we're back. I love mullets.
How about go ahead.
Not so sure as a bigger mullet, you are the referee. Holy smokes.
How about the ring robes, red, white, and blue?
Yeah.
Nice touch.
Jack Gaffney is with us here live, and he says, Raven, are you trying to be the next wrestler turned rapper, or was that just you having some fun? Was that a plan for a gimmick to be a rap gimmick, or was this just you having fun on that particular?
No, it was just more rhyming, like like Dusty, wine and dine with kings and queens and slept in alley and ate pork and beans.
I got you.
If I could have rapped, I would have definitely done it, but I just my vocal skills are something, leave something to be desired. Monkey flip, there goes the monkey.
Love you for that. Dave McClay says, Raven, how come you were hired as a manager and not a wrestler when you first came into the WWF?
Because I was too small. I was only 220 pounds. I was the smallest guy in the business, other than guys in the territories, But everybody was 280 back then.
Yeah.
Now 220 is a big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's changed. But as you know, back then, Vince wanted all big guys. I mean, he just wanted them bigger than life. So,
when you saw yourself on ESPN, did you get recognized more? Like, I know you had been on regional television like Savoldi, but did it raise your profile? Did you get recognized in public because you were on ESPN?
Not very often, I don't think. Although it did. I think it recognized one of my all-time heroes, Michael Hayes.
Really?
Yeah, it's a funny story. I was in a nightclub, me and my roommate, and I saw Michael Hayes, and I was like, holy shit, he was one of my idols. He was who I looked up to in my character. I wanted my character to really be in his style, in his vein. You know what I mean? And and then he's one of my two biggest inspirations, him and Jake Roberts. And anyway, so I saw him in the club with a lady who turned out to be his wife, and while I was debating with my roommate whether I should go over and how to go over there and introduce myself and not sound like a total mark, he sent his wife over to come get me. He said, my husband wants to talk to you. And she pulled me over, and she goes, and he introduced himself, Michael P.S. Hayes. I said, nice to meet you. And I'm Scott Anthony Palmy Heartthrob. Or no, probably didn't say that. I probably said, I'm Scott, nice to meet you. And he goes, his wife goes, oh, this is the guy on Global that you always make me watch. It was like the best compliment ever,
Right.
It's super fun to watch this old school stuff with you. We greatly appreciate you joining us, and I think we're going to have some audio. This is going to be a quick clip here, because the handsome stranger, who we know now as Buff Bagwell, is going to be wrestling Ken Stryker, and it never actually happens because Scott Anthony is going to make the attack, and well, he's dressed a little differently. Let's take a look.
Here he is, suave and debonair, the handsome stranger, making his way around ringside, delivering roses to all the ladies, or at least his favorites.
He wrestled in the mask.
About the stranger. Oh, very nice. He's just a nice guy outside of the ring. I don't want a flower from the guy, but he's a very pleasant young man to be around.
Hugs to the fans around the ringside
He hated
at the
this.
Global Dome. A kiss to the hand. And a hug. Fans wanting to hug and kiss a stranger, and very popular individual here.
Look at the guy stooging me off.
What in the world? Lady wanted an autograph and attack night.
And the cane's unbreakable. The cane would not break.
What is going on here?
I still have it in storage somewhere.
Wow.
Okay, that's Scott Anthony.
Look, I'm trying to break the cane. Break!
Good God.
Thing's unbreakable.
He said he was going to get even with a handsome stranger. Anthony driving that cane right into the throat. And now, even wearing a dress, gets the Palm Beach head drop on the stranger. He says he's going to take the mask off.
This is unreal.
There's Anthony. Only John Keaton and James Beard stand between Anthony and a helpless, handsome stranger.
Look at him! Look at him laying in the ring! Nobody humiliates Scott Anthony! Nobody!
Oh, wow.
I think I humiliated myself.
That's devious.
No, that was a pretty good little angle.
Hey, that was pretty fun.
Yeah, you kiss all the girls, and all of a sudden, one of them comes out of the ring and beats the shit out of you.
Yeah, we thought we really enjoyed it, because it's pretty cool to do like that when you're first starting out, to do something cool like that. So me and Buff, we used to ride together too.
Yeah.
So we'd be on last sometimes, and we'd have to catch the flight out.
Right.
So he would be out of the ring first because he was a baby face. I'd be in the ring selling. He'd have the car at the door with his gear on. We'd be changing gear in the car, driving back to the rental car return.
Yeah.
It was crazy times.
I know. Listen, getting out of the arena quickly is an art.
we were driving and we were leaving one time.
Yeah.
And about literally a tire came rolling at us, like from the other side of the highway through the median. It was coming straight for to be right between us at like 80 miles an hour. And I'll go, "Oh my God, look." And just as I said that, he cut the wheel. He saw it too. And he swerved. And then I looked behind us, and the car behind us swerved. And the car behind it got hit and went into a tailspin. But we couldn't stop. We were too far past it anyway to see if they were okay. And we were running late for the flight.
Wow.
Yeah, we almost got killed by the death tire.
We're glad you didn't. We think a lot of Buff on this show. He's going to be one of wrestling's great success stories. But it is a shame that you didn't leave that cane with him. It would come in handy for him today.
Ouch.
Oh, come on. No, seriously. We appreciate Raven jumping in and joining us. Hey, we love us some Buff, and we love us some Raven too. We know you guys will love this documentary. I can't wait to see it. We actually got a screener. Tony and I are going to watch it later this week, and we encourage you to go to one of these screenings in person. We have a link in the description for today's show, but if you're at your browser right now, hit it right now. It's raven.cultfollowing.co. The name of the documentary, which you'll find on Amazon and everywhere else come November, is Nevermore, The Raven Effect. But go see them in person. Get the full effect. Do these Q&As. Support this. If this is successful, maybe we'll get more documentaries like this covering the thing we love the most, which is professional wrestling, and we greatly appreciate all the time today, Raven. Is there anything else people should know about the documentary before we let you go? We appreciate all the time today.
It's definitely worth the money. I'd love to give a money-back guarantee. Whenever I do a seminar, I have a money-back guarantee. If you didn't learn enough or feel like you learned, then I'll give you your money back. And I've never had to give any money back, luckily. I feel the same way about the film. But obviously it's not my movie to make. It's not my place to I'll give a money back guarantee. But yeah, I really think it's good. I think it's really, really entertaining, and I think it'll help people with some mental illness. Brings it into the forefront, and mental issues aren't just something for. They should be discussed publicly. They shouldn't just be. People shouldn't just hide behind, to be hiding and just not deal with it. I feel strongly about that.
I don't know that you know this, but when Tony and I first started watching wrestling, even before he was back with AEW, when we first launched this podcast way back in like 2017, we watched some old WCW Thunder together. And Raven was obviously a big central figure of that show. And we saw an introduction of a character that Tony fell in love with. And to spoof the song Stacy's Mom, Tony did his own version of Raven's Mom Has Got It Going On. What do you remember about the lady who played Raven's mom in WCW? Because Tony Schiavone may or may not be looking for her phone number if you have that handy.
She was a hot old or middle-aged lady, man.
Woo. Yeah, I don't
I hope it's not.
I don't have her number. I never stayed in touch with her, but yeah, she was a sweetheart.
Yeah. Raven's Mom Has Got It Going On. That was the song. That's a good callback, Conrad.
It was so fun. We greatly appreciate Bad Money Slim bringing it up to us. We appreciate you joining us tonight, Raven. We hope everybody will go check it out. Go see it in person. Do one of these screenings. He's coming to a town near you. Raven.cultfollowing.co. And be sure to check out Nevermore, the Raven Effect, coming soon.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, sir. We really
Thanks, buddy.
appreciate the time. And right now we need to take a break and talk about our friends at Prize Picks. Football season is back, and we are excited about this. Of course, Tony's had a lot of fun with Prize Picks. Today's episode, and hey, all of our episodes are brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. I had a lot of fun this past weekend. What a nail biter it was with that Cowboys game. The Cowboys and Giants put on a show, man. And what's fun about Prize Picks is it's really, really simple to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 different player stat projections. And if you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks is also the best way to get action on sports in more than 40 plus states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots, where if one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. Prize Picks is the best way to cash in this football season. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your stakes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Truly the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of other users and sign up today. Go download the app today and use our code WHW. You'll get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WHW to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. And Tony, I know that you've been looking at Prize Picks. You got any knowledge you can drop on us?
Well, the game coming up on Thursday, which as this podcast drops is tomorrow, is Buffalo and Miami. That's the Thursday night game. And so I've made 2 picks already. Josh Allen, the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, who obviously is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, kind of let me down this past Sunday. But I'm going to say he's going to rebound. Last Sunday, he had no touchdown passes, which I went, are you serious? So the line for Josh Allen for touchdown passes is 1.5. And I've predicted he's going to have more than 1.5 touchdowns, which means he'll have 2 touchdown passes at least. And then for the Miami Dolphins, you can only pick one guy on a team. You can't pick 2 guys on the same team. So I went across Tyreek Hill, the receiver for the Miami Dolphins. His longest reception, 24.5, more or less. I say less will be his longest reception. So that, and I put down $20, I can win 55. And I've done very well so far this year. And the season has just begun.
Go download the app today with Prize Picks. Use that code WHW, and you'll get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's the Prize Picks app with the code WHW. Tony, I don't know if you saw this. Well, of course you saw. You were there. You were on commentary. What an incredible match we saw with FTR in the old ECW arena. We saw, I don't know if they have an official team name, but Billington and Priest against FTR. Man, they had a rematch that was out of this world, including something that I think caught a lot of people by surprise. I'm talking about, a particular move that I had never seen before, and it really took over Twitter, and I wanted to show everybody what we're talking about. Let's take a look.
I know what you're talking about.
I believe so. I thought maybe a knee from the top. Oh my God! What did we just see?
And there you see it in slow-mo right there. Adam Priest, a tornado DDT from inside the ring to the outside of the ring.
Yeah.
On Dax, or on Cash rather, Cash Wheeler. Man, the crowd went bananas for that one. That was pretty innovative, pretty cool, wasn't it, Tony?
Yeah, it was great. And full disclosure, you and I are big fans of Adam Priest.
Yes.
And I've mentioned on TV before, so is Brian Danielson. Brian had come to me, I don't know, months and months and months ago, and he said, "That Adam Priest, that kid is great. He can really go." And I said, "You damn right he can go." So he kind of got the nod from him, and Tony's noticed him, and the guys who work in creative had noticed him, and he's a good kid. He's a good kid. He's a good kid. Okay, and that is, I say that 3 times because that is so important in our business now, to be a good kid, and can work, and hopefully we'll see a lot more of he and maybe Tommy together. I don't know, or in singles. I don't know, but that was a spectacular move. As soon as you talked about it, I knew what movie you were going to show because it's one that I remember from that show. And there's not many moves from that show I remember, but I remembered that one.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
No, I mean, I did that. I created that. That's my move.
That's your move?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I'd like to. Why don't you? Do you have some video footage of you?
We did it in my pool.
Oh, you did it in your pool?
Yeah, we worked on that move in my pool.
You and Adam worked on that in your pool.
I taught him how to do it in my pool.
All right. Well, great. Great.
I mean, you're acting like you don't remember this.
No, I don't remember this.
Tony, I mean, I know that you work there and you don't want to let your bias show through, but you were there. You don't remember seeing me and Adam Priest work this move in my pool?
No.
Tony.
No, I don't. But I'll take your word for it.
Well, I mean, listen, I don't have to. You don't have to take my word for it. I've got photographic evidence.
You do?
Yeah. Look, you're in my pool.
Okay.
Right there. That was the day that I was showing Adam Priest how to do that DDT.
Well, you know what happened? The letters were across the eyes there, and I couldn't see it.
I got you.
That's
Well,
right.
spread that around. I taught Adam Priest how to do that DDT in my pool. Tony Schiavone was a witness to the whole thing.
Wow.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if you saw this, but your great close personal friend Jim Cornette was recently commenting on MJF's wedding, and he was asked about who may or may not have given what sort of wedding gift at MJF and Alicia's wedding. And your old pal Jimmy had this to say. He said, OMG, hey, it's Conrad. Jim Cornette was just asked who would have given the worst gift to the MJF wedding. And his quote was, Tony Schiavone would be the cheapest. Did Jim nail it? How funny is that Cornette said you would have the cheapest gift?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is that a compliment? I mean, you laughed, but are you low key? You got heat now? You gonna cut a promo on Jim Cornette?
No, I love Jim.
Of course not. Yeah, it's funny. It's hilarious. Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm also loving that we're going to take a deep dive on some old school wrestling. We're not done. We're going to celebrate a little more Scotty the Body. This time we're going to get in our Wayback Machine, and we're going to talk about Portland wrestling from December 16th, 1989. And you don't have to fire it up on your Peacock or anywhere else. Watch it with us live right now on YouTube at WHWMonday.com. This is brought to us, of course, by ClassicWrestling.com. If you haven't already, go subscribe and use that promo code Conrad30, and you'll save 30% off. That's Conrad30 at ClassicWrestling.net. Without further ado, let's take a look at Portland wrestling 9 days before Christmas, 1989. Kind of a fun little open right there.
Yeah, there was Don Owens at the beginning.
When you see this, the old nostalgia, I wouldn't call it independent. I mean, I guess that's what it is. It's really the last days of the territories.
Right.
When would you differentiate the difference between the end of the territories and the beginning of the indies? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know. The end of the territories had to be like 84, right? When WrestleMania started.
So you think March of 85 was the first WrestleMania.
Okay, so then it was 85.
You think that was the sort of the death knell for the territories?
Yeah, pretty much. Or maybe WrestleMania 3. I don't know. They were still running territories, but I mean, what was the death knell for the territories was Vince's show looked so good and everybody else's show looked like shit. Not everybody else's, but a lot of the shows did.
Well, this is
Scotty again, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Let's take a listen.
You said you're going to give me an answer tonight, and I'm dead serious. Hold the mic, Cost. Ginger, I want to marry you. Will you marry me?
Think about this. Really think about it.
I've been thinking about it all week long, like I told you I would. And I've made a decision. If you want to marry me, I'll marry you.
Yeah. What? What? Ginger? I can't believe this.
Hey, you know what? We can get married right here on TV next week. Right in the ring. We'll get married next week. That's great.
You gotta be kidding. What? Kind of a soap opera?
I have to ask a favor of you.
Huh? What? Whatever you want, I don't care.
It would mean a lot to me if Steve Dahl was our best man.
Steve Dahl's your best man.
Steve Dahl's your best man?
Your best man, too.
I'll tell you what, Ginger. You mean more to me than anything. If that's what you want, then I'll do it.
Well, we were all
Fun
absolutely
fact:
shocked.
that valet there, Ginger, is the reason my dog is named Ginger.
Explain that one.
No, I just made it up. So listen, this is the angle that really put Scotty the Body on the map. It's a big wedding angle that's going to serve as the climax of a love triangle story with the valets Ginger and Veronica. I think he's going to leave Ginger at the altar to run away with Veronica, revealing that the proposal was a big sham. And if Veronica looks familiar to you, Tony, it's because she would also be Vivacious Veronica in WCW in 1991 for a cup of coffee for Steve Austin before Lady Blossom arrived.
Okay.
Also here in 1989 in Portland, the grappler, Lynn Denton, he is officially the booker, but Roddy Piper, who was back in the WWF by this time, was secretly booking the shows with him. I thought that was interesting. Why do you think that Piper had such a soft spot for Portland? Is it all just the relationship with Don Owen, or what do you think?
No, it had to be the relationship with Don Owen. And Don, did I ever tell you about my phone call with Don Owen?
Hey, let's listen to that. But first, let's listen to Veronica here.
I don't understand what this is. She looks like a guinea pig. I mean, look at me. Look at her out there. She looks like a nasty rat. I just can't believe that he's doing this to me. He doesn't know how much it hurts me. It really makes me so upset.
All right, take it.
I can't talk about it anymore.
She is really upset.
Okay, so you were going to tell me you had a conversation.
Yeah, when I started working in the office for Jim Crockett Promotions, Jimmy had me talk to promoters that he was sending talent to, like Don Owens. I talked to Vern Gagne. I think I remember. I'm definitely talked to those two. Angelo Mosca up in Canada, and I would send black and white photographs of our guys, like press packets. And so I got talking to Don, and I said, "Hi, I'm Tony Schiavone in Jim Crockett's office. How you doing?" He said, "Not so good." I said, "Okay." He said, and I didn't even ask him. He just went on, and he said, "Pretty soon, I have just a little bit of money left, and pretty soon I'm going to have to be paying these boys in sides of cattle. Some of my cattle, I have to butcher them off and pay them in steak." I said, "Okay, I'm going to send you these." He said, "Well, tell Jimmy, give me my best." I said, "All right." But I could just tell that he was like really on the downslide, right? And that's kind of and of course I started working for Jimmy full time in 85. And so there's about the time, 85, 86, that the territory started going down. And again, I really think it's because the way things looked. Let's listen to Scotty here in this. Yeah.
You nappy looking. You a nappy looking girl. Oh! Look at it. I fooled all you people. You thought I'd marry a bimbo like her? She's a tramp. She's a bimbo from the word go. I wouldn't marry nothing like her. Like I told you, I wouldn't marry nobody because I'm Scotty the Body, the New Jersey stud, and there's too many women that haven't experienced me yet. Come here, baby. That's right. But if I was gonna marry someone, she'd look like this.
I can't believe what, Tom, I can't believe what we're seeing and what we're hearing here. Ginger has been stood up at the altar, so to speak, and there goes, oh my word, this is too much. Let's get out of here. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. What is going on?
Man, this is, I'll be honest, Tony, I've never seen any Portland. This is my first exposure to Portland. How much Portland have you watched?
Hardly any. If not, I don't think I've watched any at all. I think, is there a story that Vince allowed Roddy to do this?
Yes.
Yes, he did.
Well, he respected that Piper wanted to be loyal to a guy. And I guess he thought, hey, if he'll be loyal for him, he'll be loyal for me, sort of deal.
That's very, very unique in the Vince McMahon world back then. You know?
Yes.
But of course, there weren't as many stars as big or as good as Roddy Piper. I mean, main event for the first WrestleMania. That's another tragedy. He didn't last as long as he did. Portland Wrestling, Scotty the Body versus Steve Dahl. Steve looks like he's got swimming trunks on there, doesn't he?
I don't know why that tickles me, but it does.
It does.
Swimming trunks.
Swimming trunks going to take a dive.
I think this event, if I'm right, also had Brian Adams and the Grappler take on Carl Stiles and Jeff Warner, Bill Francis and Jonathan Holiday, Al Madrill and Beetlejuice and Rex King and Johnny Boyd.
Beetlejuice. Wow.
Yeah, Beetlejuice is actually going to work him 2 days prior to this. They go to a time limit draw in Salem.
Steve Dahl. I'm going to go ahead and give me one of these, and I give him one of those. And I give him one of these.
We got a live studio audience with us. We greatly appreciate all of you guys hanging out with us. Andre Canty says Portland is all new to me.
Wow.
DJ Stevens says Portland Wrestling aired on TV from July 10th, 1953 to December 28th, 1991.
Wow.
On KPTV and KOIN TV. And Bobby reminds us that Steve Dahl versus the Mauler in 96 was the match where Scott Hall came down through the audience and kickstarted the NWO storyline.
Wow.
That was Mike Enos, is it not?
I thought it was Enos too. Huh. Well, anyway, good stuff. And that just tells you how long that Portland wrestling lasted.
53 to 91, dude.
Yeah, that's great stuff. And you know, it was one of the what's the word I'm looking for here? One of the strongholds of the NWA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like Central States Wrestling with Bob Geigel, and just like Florida with Eddie Graham, and Carolina with the Crockett's. You know, those were all NWA strongholds.
It was the Mauler, Mike Enos, and Steve Dahl. So Mauler was Mike Enos's gimmick name at the time.
Yeah, recalling the Mauler, Mike Enos, right?
Yeah, TJ Stevens.
He didn't have a mask on. So Steve Dahl has now come up to the ringside, or to the apron, and is having something to say to Scotty.
Let's listen.
He humiliated the Southern Rockers. Now,
Look at Scotty.
hey, the Southern Rockers got to take care of their own, Bill. I'm asking a big favor. I know you can take him right now, but let me kick his butt right here in the middle of the ring.
All right. Steve Dahl wants Bill Francis to step aside. He wants Scotty the Body. That's what he's telling Bill.
Let me have him, Bill.
Did he say Bill Francis?
Let him go, Bill. Let him have it. Put him in there. All right, he's going to do it. All right, Bill Francis is exiting. And it's Steve Dahl now against Scotty the Body. And Dahl's got him outside the ring. Oh, look at him go. Oh, baby, he's fighting for the Southern Rockers now. He's fighting for pride. He's fighting for Ginger, too. And Scotty the Body met at ringside by Bill Francis. A drop kick by Steve Dahl. And now Scotty's going to try to run out of there. He's going to try to get out. You know that. Steve Dahl right behind him. Got him by the hair. And into the post. Woo, baby. And Scotty is down. He's hurting. And Veronica trying to come to his aid, but Steve Dahl won't let her.
Tony, it's hard to imagine Raven out of this character. You know, to go from Scotty the Body, this neon, bright, over the top, doing some rap, lover boy, and then he's going to become this dark, brooding, grunge character.
Yeah.
It did show the range and the depth of character that the real life Scott Levy had, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely, it did. I mean, and I never did see that much of Scotty the Body. I think I saw a few things of him, but I mean, Raven was a very, very believable character until he got Van Hammer in his flock. No, I'm kidding. Then you thought, oh, come on, that's bullshit. But no, he was a very believable grunge type. You know, he would come and we even saw still shots of this during the documentary. I think that's how they show the documentary, sitting down in the corner, you know, with his arms draped. And he would say, "What about me? What about Raven?" You know, oh shit, someone threw something in the ring. Did you see that?
I did. He had NWO heat back here.
It sure did. And it got all over the girl as well. She kicks the cup out. Scotty puts on a pile driver.
Hey, I wanted to ask you.
Here comes the other girl. Watch out.
Oh, Ginger and Veronica. Listen to the crowd. You know the crowd's got to be going wild right here.
Well, they are.
In the back of the head, knocks her down.
Something
is in that purse. Something's in the purse. And now the referee's attacked. And Scotty the Body's got Steve Dahl. And he's going to suplex him up on the ring. He straddles him up on the ring. Referee has come to Ginger's aid.
Oh my God! Watch out! Is he going to?
Thank goodness! And now Scotty the Body just throws her, tosses her around.
I thought
this guy is an animal. Absolutely, no. That's an insult to animals. Holy
top rope pile driver!
Down off the top rope with a
Holy
pile
shit.
driver. Oh, you never see that.
No,
it's too dangerous. Now
even
he
today
spits
you
on
don't.
it. I tell you, this guy.
Folks, you got to see this. If you haven't already, go watch it right now with us. WHWMonday.com.
Oh my God.
Pile driver? Dude, somebody's got to break that out.
Huh?
How fun is it? We just got that video calibration notice. I love the old school shit, man.
I do too. Yeah, the pile driver was so awesome. We had to calibrate the video.
By the way, I can't believe this was real. I just saw a comment here, and I thought, wait, what is he talking about? And I had to Google it. Mark Nelson says, because I guess this happened once we clicked record tonight, Tony. What does Tony think about Tom Brady playing flag football in Saudi Arabia a few weeks before WrestleMania 43? And I typed it into Google. I just typed in Saudi Arabia NFL, and AI tells me the NFL is expanding its presence in Saudi Arabia by sending current and former stars, including Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski, to participate in flagship flag football tournament in Riyadh on March 21st, 2026. By the way, let's listen to this promo. My God.
Garden, baby, not Rocker's Corner. I'll tell you what, next Thursday we're going to be in Salem, and the Wrecking Crew there is in a big, big tag match. And then Friday in Eugene, there's a big battle royal. And making his first appearance in Eugene in a long time, whoopee-doo, who cares, is Rip the Crippler Oliver. Ah, ask me if I care about you, Rip Oliver. So I'll tell you what, I know you want to come out of here into the Fiesta Garden, so I'll wait for Rip the Crippler Oliver to get out here and talk to you people. He makes me sick. He smells like a spotted owl for crying. Can't believe it. Yeah, well, he's coming. He's coming up here to the Fiesta Garden. Rip Oliver. He's got a big tag match in Salem. He doesn't even have a partner. That makes a lot of sense to me. First time in Eugene in years, Rip Oliver. Whoopee-doo.
He just
well, whoopie-doo to you, Mr. Al Madrill. The Lane County Fairground, Daddy, used to be one of my favorite spots in the Northwest here. Well, all you fans around Springfield, Eugene, all you loggers come out, Daddy, and back the Crippler up, and you gonna see the Crippler leaving there with a $1,500 purse. The Spotted Owl may put me out, but I'm gonna win the battle royal, and I'm gonna keep on going, buddy.
Well, that remains to be seen, Rip. I've seen Grappler done teared you up from limb to limb. One more question I want to ask you, Rip the Crippler, is you got a tag match in Salem, a big show there. Where is your partner? You don't even have a partner. Nobody even wants to be your partner.
What do you mean nobody wants to be my partner? I know there's not one guy back there that could give a damn about me, Al Madrill.
I'm one of them.
But there's one guy back there that I know that wants Brian Adams, and he wants the Grappler. So, this week, I'll let Billy Jack Haynes view some tapes of my brother.
I don't care about Billy Jack.
Okay, Billy Jack don't know nothing about this, but if you're back there watching the monitor, Billy, you said you'd be my partner here tonight because you owed me one. Well, we're going to be a tag team here in just a few minutes. But Thursday night in Salem, the last time I was in Salem was Thanksgiving. Well, I'm coming back down there this Thursday night. Sandy Barr has already signed
Wow.
the title match.
Oh, Billy Jack, man.
Tag team title. Well, I don't have a partner, but I'm asking for one right now.
Wait a minute, Billy Jack. Didn't you tell me that you didn't like this guy and everything he stood for? Didn't you tell me that?
Listen, Madrill, I know he don't like me. I'm talking about putting two guys down on the mat for the count of 3 for their belts.
What about all the times he slapped your face? All the times he did to you? Remember those things, Billy Jack? You're not that dumb. You got to remember what this man did to you, or don't you?
Well, why don't you just shut up, burrito breath? Burrito. Yeah, burrito breath. Now let me say a few words. I'm not going to scream and yell, Rip. Listen, Billy, I'm not asking you for a date. I'm asking you to be my partner in a tag team title match for the Northwest Tag Team Championship belt.
Isn't championship
Thursday night. Will you do it?
I wouldn't. You show me some tapes this week because I don't know who to trust anymore. Brian Adams let me down. Look all you've done to me, Rip. I don't know who to trust, but I did see the tapes. I seen what he done to your son, the Grappler, and I seen what he done to your brother that hasn't got no leg. So you helped me out last week. I owe you one, brother. And I'll make it go further than this. I owe you two.
Look at Madrill's forehead.
Partner, but don't expect me to shake your
He's ran the
hand
blade a few
until you
times.
prove
Oh.
yourself to me, period.
Well, Billy Jack Haynes, listen to this. The goal for me has always been this right here, Daddy, the greenbacks. When you carry them belts, you're making the greenbacks. Like I said, I'm not asking you out on a date, boy.
I don't want to go on the
Okay.
I want to
well,
fight
let's
these
be
guys.
my partner in Salem like you're my partner here, and let's take and clean these damn guys up and get them out of here.
Don't expect me to shift your hand. Burrito breath. As the stomach turns, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back next week in the Fiesta Garden.
So that was Fiesta Garden with Al Madrill, and Dave Silva is quick to remind us that that's actually what he calls his crotch, the old Fiesta Garden.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave. I'm sure they do. Hey, Madrill was pretty good on the mic there, actually.
Not bad. I want to mention that match they were talking about, December 21st, 1989. It was Brian Adams and the Grappler defending their tag team titles against Billy Jack Haynes and Rip Oliver. They went to a no contest in Salem, but on Christmas Day, they hooked it up, and Billy Jack and Rip Oliver would be victorious in a steel cage match in Portland. So, yeah, there you go. And Bobby, who's with us here live, says, I'm going to tag my ex posts with hashtag burrito breath. TJ Stevens says Rip Oliver is only 37 years old here, which is pretty great. TJ Stevens also says, this is the sorriest excuse for a tag team origin story I've ever seen. Rick Steiner and Kenny Chaos ranks above this one.
Wow.
Andre says, some old school blading on that forehead.
Oh, you're not kidding.
This was, I like watching Portland. This is my first time ever seeing any of it.
Yeah. I'm sure, I really don't know. I'm sure the Portland ran Washington as well, right? All up in the Northwest.
I found myself asking the same question that TJ Stevens says. He says, what does a spotted owl smell like?
I thought the same thing.
And I looked it up, and it says, since owls, including the spotted owl, have a very poor sense of smell, they do not have a distinct odor themselves. Their smell, if noticeable at all, is likely influenced by their environment and diet rather than their own body odor. In summary, the spotted owl itself is largely odorless. Any smell you notice would be a result of its surroundings or diet, not an inherent scent from the owl. So Al Madrill just freestyling, and he picked something that doesn't smell. What could he have said instead? Like if he was trying to say that someone smelled bad, what would be another comparison he could have drawn, Tony, instead of the spotted owl?
Like Abdullah the Butcher's underwear.
Okay. Well, that doesn't smell. That doesn't sound good at all.
No, it doesn't sound good at all, as a matter of fact. And only here on WHW do you learn about Portland wrestling. Do you learn about Raven in the upcoming documentary? And do you learn about wildlife? We'll have another wildlife tip for you next week. Something you didn't know about the wildlife surrounding your home. If in fact you have wildlife surrounding your home. If you live right downtown in the city, you probably don't. Although some rats would be there, but they're not really wildlife. They're more like rodents.
They're called female fans, Tony. God, so disrespectful.
That's what Veronica said there, didn't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't believe she was like, she's just one of the rats. I was like, okay.
All right.
TJ Stevens says he could have said he smells like the Giants dump that he left in Tony Schiavone's bathroom.
Yeah, that was more visual than smelling. It was so incredibly. It was
Hey,
like,
look at a young crush right there, Brian Adams.
Yeah, man.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And does he have a singlet on? A singlet top? Or that's just.
Yeah, he does.
Wow. Usually singlets what guys wear, like, at the end when their belly's getting big. There's Don Owens.
Let's track it here.
Their opponents in this corner, the team of Philly Jack Page and Rip Oliver.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, listen very closely right now. I have been trying to get information on the condition of Steve Dahl. We saw him carried out of here on a stretcher. He was carried completely out of here on a stretcher into an ambulance. The report is that there is a possibility that Steve Dahl may have a fractured vertebrae. I can't be, and this guy sitting next to me laughing like this is the man who caused it all, and that's Scotty the Body. I can't believe that.
At the very least, he'll be 2 inches shorter than he was.
I can't. You truly, you give a new meaning to the word despicable. You are truly a monster. I can't believe
I love that cackle.
Anybody could have the.
Of course. That's what happens. You don't mess with the New Jersey stud, baby. But look at this. Look what we got going on right now.
So yeah, a young Scotty the Body. Man, I can't thank the real life Scott Levy. We knew him as Raven for jumping on enough tonight. This was super fun, man. The idea that we get to see some things we've never seen before, show him some things he didn't even remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we saw his first televised match ever, and we all watched it together, and he didn't even remember that it was on tape or the match happening. Like, this was a special episode of WHW.
Yeah.
We're not done, but we greatly appreciate you guys checking us out and hanging with us tonight. This has been fun, man.
Yeah, we need to do more of these. Bring somebody in and have them watch the early matches or something like that. That'd be great. Yeah. I want to try to find, and I'm sure our friends here could find it. I want to try to find an RJ City match because I know he wrestles, and bring him in. It should be great.
Yeah, I'm looking them up right now,
Mhm.
and I don't think we'll have a problem
Yeah.
finding that. Yeah, I know for sure that we've got access to some of these. So
That's
in the
great.
coming weeks, look forward to cooking up with RJ City here and watching some old school wrestling.
Mm.
I think he had his last match in 2022.
Mm.
But if we were to go back and watch some of his early stuff, we'd go back all the way to 2006, believe it or not.
Wow. Almost 20 years ago. Because he's a friend, talented guy. I have a lot of time for him. Funny.
Super talented guy.
Hilarious. Just a very funny guy.
By the way, I feel like we should remind everybody that we're actually going head to head with Monday Night Football right now. And the Chargers are throwing 60-yard bombs, and Coach Keith is with us. So, Coach, don't worry about those hapless Raiders who right now have only scored 6 points. Just go ahead and watch Portland wrestling. It'll be less depressing, I promise.
Well, Chargers are off and running. They beat Kansas City last week.
Look at you knowing pro football. You used to say you didn't give a shit. Are you just like having fun gambling and now you know?
I've got some of Lois's relatives are big Kansas City Chiefs fans because they're from Kansas.
I got you.
And I had a fun time giving them a hard time about losing to the Chargers, and then they lost to the Eagles. So I know they're 0-2, and I was just really getting on them. So,
hey, do you know what the Iron Sheik's voice sounded like, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna have Bad Money Slim's tweet come up here, or his live comment, and I need you to read it as if you were the Iron Sheik.
Okay, I don't know if I'm good at it, but I kind of know it. Okay, I know what it sounds like. I don't know if I can mimic it.
Let's just try. Let's just see what happens.
I got to have the ear for it. I don't have the ear for it.
I'm
Matt
with you.
Schiavone was one of those guys who really had the ear for it. He was really good at voices. Fuck of the MJ. Fuck of the M and a.
Stands for Monday Night Football.
Okay. Fuck of the Monday Night Football.
Now, could you say it like Jim Ross?
No.
Taz?
Hey, Schiavone, fuck him, man. Fuck Monday Night Football. And fuck you while we're at it.
What about Nigel? Can you do British?
No, I can't. Yeah.
What about Excalibur? You got a mask, Andy?
You're looking for shit here, aren't you? Oh, God.
What about what would it sound like if Bobby Heenan were to say it?
Don't you dare.
Why aren't you saying anything, Tony?
Bobby just had your basic Midwestern voice.
It's not really what I was hoping for.
I know what you were hoping for.
You could have dusted us off one right there.
Yeah,
no. Do you have a Vince McMahon in you? What would he say about Monday Night Football?
Fuck Monday Night Football.
What about Larry Zbyszko?
Hey, Golden Throat, do you think this shirt would look good on Monday Night Football?
What about Sherry Martell?
Mr. S, you ever watch? No, fuck Monday Night Football, Mr. S.
Macho Man?
No, I don't do a good Macho Man. I would butcher it up.
Ric Flair? Come on, give me something.
Woo! Monday Night Football, not as old as me. Woo!
What about Hulk Hogan?
Well, I tell you, brother, Monday Night Football, like Schiavone's impersonation of me, sucks.
You got a Tony Khan?
No.
Can you do Paul Bear?
No. I guess. Ooh.
What was that? Don't go full screen on Tony when he does this. Don't you dare.
Monday Night Football. Ooh.
What are you even doing? We finally licensed wrestling and we're just doing fucking stupid voices. This is what we are. I knew I shouldn't have ate that gummy. Hey, the Raiders just threw another interception. Coach Keith turned that shit off.
Oh man.
David McClay has a great suggestion. I don't know how I missed this one.
Okay.
What about Dusty Rhodes? You got a Dusty Rhodes? What would he think about Monday Night Football?
Hey, baby, Monday Night Football. I should have played on Monday Night Football back in the very first one. You remember that one between the New York Jets and the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland Stadium back in 1970? Do you remember that? Do you remember who the play-by-play guy was for that first one? It was Keith Jackson, baby.
I love that. I don't know why that was fun, but it was.
Yeah.
You got a Gordon Soley in you?
Don't like Monday Night Football. But I'll be at Molio's.
TJ Stevens, I don't know if he's off his ADD meds or he's like all the way at the other end of the spectrum, but he's bringing all the stats today.
Okay.
I saw Don Owen earlier, and he says he's 77 here.
Mm-hmm.
And he reminds us that Monday Night Football debuted on September 21st, 1970, and Ric Flair debuted on December 1st, 1972.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, Monday Night Football is only 2 years older than Ric Flair.
Okay. I don't buy that one.
Well, I guess it's his wrestling career. You know,
His wrestling career. Yeah. Rick's like 85 now. And I remember the first Monday night game. I really do.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. I don't remember the score, but I remember seeing Howard Cosell for the first time on TV. And I remember thinking, this is fucking cool. And Monday Night Football was cool back then. Now it's just another night. Because you can see every NFL game if you have NFL Sunday ticket. A Monday night game is not special anymore. It used to be, but it's not. But it was cool back then. Remember that one Houston Oilers game where there was like nobody in the stands, and they took a shot of a guy, and the guy went. And Dandy Don said, "Whoa, we're number one." Dandy Don and Howard Cosell. I don't know why we got into this. I guess MNF. They were the show. They made that show. They were great.
Well, you guys are great for hanging out with us. Bad Money Slim points out this motherfucker can't remember last Wednesday, but he remembers the first Monday Night Football game.
Mm-hmm, right.
I thought it was pretty good.
That's right.
Bobby says the Monday Night Football theme with Hank Williams Jr. was epic. Can you mimic the opening? I mean, it's a pretty iconic opening.
I can't mimic the open because I remember the old Monday night theme. Dun, 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 dun,
dun, dun, dun, dun. That's the best one of all time.
That's the best one of all. I was really off the Monday night watching Monday Night Football when the Hank Williams thing started. So
you didn't stop watching because of that, did you?
No, not at all. I just grew up.
Dave McClay, who's maybe also on the spectrum, he says up until last year, the last time the Patriots head coach was not Bill Belichick, Nitro was still on.
Wow.
I started thinking about that the other day. Somebody asked me how long I've been doing mortgages, and I was like, since the invasion angle, August of 2001.
Wow.
So yeah, about 6 months after WCW went under.
And Conrad Thompson invades the mortgage business.
Who is this fat youngster? He's not from the bank. He's interrupting the Mauler. I mean, Mike Enos's match right now with Steve Dahl. Jack Gaffney says, have you guys ever watched the Manning Cast version of Monday Night Football? I have, and I feel like we're kind of doing that right now with Portland Wrestling from 1989.
I've not seen that. I heard.
Oh, you would love that, dude. Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, I'm not a TV watcher anymore. I wish I was.
I can't get into the NFL like I used to.
Yeah.
I love college football, and I love that you guys put Tennessee Titans in their place. You beat them for like the 900th time in a row. I said the Titans, but I mean the Volunteers. Yeah. But, man, I thought it was a really fun game. Did you get a chance to see any of it? I know Matt Schiavone was relieved when you guys pulled it off.
Yeah, I did not get it. I had friends over, from Virginia, and we were sitting out on the deck here, and Lois started shrieking and screaming. And they were saying, "What's going on?" And I ran inside. She said, "The dogs just won in overtime." She really, really is into it. But she listens to the broadcasts because, her son Chris is a spotter and Scott Howard's a friend of the family and everything. And so she listens to the radio broadcast. She says, "I hate those ESPN announcers."
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't mind them so much. But it was pretty, I guess, well, I guess it was. It was a great win. It really was. And I'm trying to look up here because Matt Schiavone immediately texted Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. So he said,
Did he send you the screenshot too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, "Hell of a game. It aged me 10 years and I don't age like you. So there's that. Hope you and Karen are well." And Jeff said, "Go to hell, go straight to hell. F the dogs, F our kicker, son of a bitch." Ha, just kidding. Great game. Great to hear from you. That's tremendous.
He's the best, man. I love me some Double J, especially when it's trolling for football. When Alabama lost to Florida State,
Yeah.
he hooked up with Silva, and they took the sad Alabama fan who was flipping off the camera and made it into a picture like out of a coloring book. And we did a little they did a little contest to see who could do the best job coloring it, and Coach Rosie won. So they were just having the best fun, just trolling me. And then I couldn't help it. But this week, when Tennessee lost, I made sure that I reciprocated the favor. And I guess school's out for summer still for Coach Rosie because his ass just cranked it out by the end of the show.
Yeah.
And Coach Rosie, all 53 years of him, he's the best coloring book guy we have here on What Happened When.
All right, don't go singing his praises because you can click on AI and put it in there just like that.
You think his hillbilly ass knows how to do all that?
Of course he does. Hell, I can do it.
No, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I want to mention you made a point in our private chat earlier to say that you wanted to share your email address with folks later today. Tony.
Yeah, and this is why I do. Dave, I hope you'll show it full screen here. I get a lot of requests and fan mail to my post office box that I have just for this. Then I got this thing in here from the post office that says "We care," and it says, "Dear postal customer, we sincerely regret the damage to your mail during handling by the Postal Service. We hope you understand. Please accept our apologies." It was a little bit longer than that. So here it was. It was a half a fucking letter with the return address stripped off. And it's from someone in Canada named Terry, Terry Koss, Koss. And the post mark from Connecticut, from Canada, was Brandon East PO, Brandon MB, which is Manitoba. And so he wanted me to write back to him and send him some stuff, but I can't do it because of the post office. Let me tell you, Terry, if you will, I don't know if you're listening to this right now or live or later when I know I think isn't there like a Facebook thing where you can go to and get everybody's addresses to people that will, respond, which I do respond to fans. Send me your address at this email. Dave, if you want that, drop me an email. Hello, slapdicks. That is plural. Hello, slapdicks at gmail.com. Terry Koss, Koss. I want to hear from you. I'm sorry. But just let me say, and with all sincerity, the U.S. Postal Service fucking sucks. It always has and always will.
Shout out to Dave McClay, who is a postal worker, and he's here with us live. And he says, I deliver those all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Not our fault, Tony. The machine sometimes just damaged some of the letters. And Bobby says, how does this happen? Is it the sorting machine?
Yeah.
Dave McClay says, yes.
Yeah. I'm not, listen, the guys and the lady who delivers our mail, great person. They work hard. But, God, bless America. How much stuff have I had lost?
We got any wrestling left here, or are we wrapping things up, Mr. Silva? You can pipe in as the voice of God.
No, it was wrapping up. It was the last promo before it was done, but Tony talked over it. So
yeah, talked over it.
He cried about his mail. Drop an email. Burrito.
There goes burrito breath right there. I hope he goes and serves up some fresh Fiesta Garden to Mrs. Silva. But Tony, right now, it looks like it's about that time.
I have only one thing to say. Fuck Dave Silva, and we're desperately out of time.
Well, I was going to hope you said fuck Monday Night Football. But so long, everybody. Join us live next Monday, each and every Monday at adfreeshows.com or, of course, patreon.com/WHW Monday. We greatly appreciate your support. I want to give a shout out to Raven one more time. Go check out his documentary. He's screening it all over the country. We've got the link in the description so you can see where the screenings are coming near you. And want to once again thank the fine folks at classicwrestling.net. Be sure to check them out for more nostalgia footage of all your favorite old school wrestling and use promo code Conrad30. You'll save 30% off. We'll see you next week right here on What Happened When? The voice of your childhood, Tony Schiavone.
Remember, Raven's mom has got it going on.